Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Funda family. In this video, I will explain taste signals with great clarity. Before I start with my explanation, let me tell you the outlines of this video. In this video, first of all, I will discuss about need of taste signals. After that, I will discuss about different types of taste signals. After that, I will explain four major taste signals which we use it in control system. And at last, I will explain the relationship in between those four major taste signals. So let us start this video with first agenda, that is need of taste signals. See, taste signals are used to taste any control system. So using taste signals, we can taste any control system. Here with any control system, at input, we give taste signals and we analyze different parameters. Like we can identify characteristics of system using taste signals. We can do fault detection and system diagnosis using taste signals. We can do system calibration and system verification using taste signals. We can identify system performance using taste signals, as well as we can design and optimize the system using taste signals. If you have any control system, then with this control system, at input side, we give taste signals and we analyze all these parameters, right? So taste signals are widely used with different control systems. Now I'll discuss about types of taste signals. See, there are many taste signals that is available in the market. Like there can be impulse signal, step signal, ramp signal, parabolic signal, sine or cosine signal, square signal, or triangular signal. Usually this sine, cosine, square and triangular signal, that we use it for high frequency applications. So this sine, cosine, square or triangular signal, that usually we use it with high frequency applications. Usually we don't use these taste signals with control system. See, with control system, majorly we use these four taste signals: impulse signal, step signal, ramp signal and parabolic signal. So in this video, I will explain these four signals with great clarity. Let me explain first impulse signal. See, impulse signal is denoted by delta T, right? Now I'll explain you the basic function of impulse signal. See, impulse signal that is having value 1 at time t is equals to 0. And as if time t is not equals to 0, then its value is 0, right? So that is the basic definition which is there with impulse signal. Let me explain that graphically. Here we have time axis horizontally and amplitude axis vertically. At time t is equals to 0, see here we have impulse and that impulse is having value 1. If time is not equals to 0, then with this impulse signal we have 0 value, right? And one should know this impulse signal in Laplace domain is 1. So in frequency domain, in Laplace domain, impulse signal is having value 1, right? Now I'll discuss about step signal. See, step signal is denoted by u of t. If you observe the function, then u of t, that is 1 for t greater than or equals to 0, and for t less than 0, step signal is having 0 value. Let me show it to you graphically. See, graphically here, horizontal axis is having time and vertical axis is having amplitude. For t greater than or equal to 0, value is 1. So from 0 time onwards, you can observe here we have 1 value, and for t less than 0, we have 0 value. So this is step signal. And in Laplace domain, this step signal, that is 1 by s. that one should know, right? Now, I will discuss about ramp signal. Ramp signal is denoted by R of t. If you observe the function, then R of t, that is t for t greater than or equal to 0, and function is 0 if t is less than 0. Let me show it to you graphically. See here, on horizontal axis we have time and on vertical axis we have amplitude. Ramp signal, that is increasing linearly, you can observe it is straight line. And for unit ramp signal, slope will be 1. For unit ramp signal, here R of t, that is t, right? If any coefficient is multiplied over here, then that coefficient will be slope. But for unit ramp signal, slope will be 1, where R of t, that is equals to t for t greater than or equal to 0. And in frequency domain, in Laplace domain, this ramp signal, that is 1 by s square, right? Now I'll explain last test signal, that is parabolic signal. Usually I denote parabolic signal as x of t. If you observe the function, then parabolic signal, that is t square by 2 for t greater than or equal to 0, and its value is 0 for t less than 0. See, this is t square by 2 for unit parabolic signal, right? If you observe this graphically, then it will be increasing as per the proportion t square by 2, right? So this is not straight line, right? It is parabolic curve. And for unit parabolic signal, x of t, that is t square by 2 for t greater than 0, right? And with unit parabolic signal, in Laplace domain, value is 1 by s cube. So here if you observe, see here we have impulse signal, here we have step signal, here we have ramp signal, and here we have parabolic signal. If you observe the signals in time domain, then here if you differentiate parabolic signal, then what will happen? If you differentiate parabolic signal with respect to time, then it will become t, that is ramp signal. If you differentiate ramp signal with respect to time, then it will become 1, that is step signal. And see, if you differentiate step signal with respect to time, then it will become impulse signal. It is not 0. Remember this. Now let me explain the relationship in between these step signals. See here, to identify relationship, one should know if you integrate these signals with respect to time, then what will happen? See, if you integrate impulse signal with respect to time, then you will be getting step signal. If you integrate step signal with respect to time, then you will get ramp signal. If you integrate ramp signal with respect to time, then you will get parabolic signal. And here we are talking about unit step signal, unit ramp signal, unit parabolic signal, right? So that is how relation is there. And if you go in this direction, then you will have to do differentiation. If you differentiate parabolic signal with respect to time, you will get ramp signal. If you differentiate ramp signal with respect to time, then you will get step signal. And if you differentiate step signal with respect to time, then you will get impulse signal. So that is how relationship is there in between these 4 different test signals. And in control engineering, usually we use these 4 test signals widely. So one should know the basic relationship in between these 4 test signals, and one should know how graphically we can plot. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Still, if any confusion is there, just place that in comment section. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching this video.